What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we're going to be talking about the content that is going to be coming to the game tomorrow and what is going to happen in the auction house because of it. Now, I want to start off by saying this. It has been a crazy weekend with all of the store rush drops. It's been insane. And, you know, I'm not one to normally, open up a lot of these things, a lot of these packs. But this is honestly pretty crazy. Genuinely, it is pretty crazy. Kind of what we have seen in this game, and the amount of packs that number one people are opening, but the good things that have been pulled out of this have been insane as well. So I don't even know how I feel about it, but because of this, it has caused the market to drop to all-time lows in the auction house. So I will say this. If you are just starting to maybe get into the game, it is a great time for you guys to be getting into the game. It is a fantastic opportunity for you guys to buy your specific favorite guys. Even, some of these LTDs like a Paul Puzlunski. I think it's a great time to buy a guy like this. Why? Number one, he's about to be out of packs. Number two, he's one of the best linebackers in the game. And number three, if you want to, I got him for 206,000 coins, remember. You can sell him whenever for 175,000 coins. So you're really not risking much at all, if anything. And so those are the types of things that I'm looking at today. And okay, even heading into tomorrow, what is there to look at? Now, a couple of things that I do want to mention. After this event, less people overall are going to be opening packs. So if you think after this event, people are going to be opening up a ton of packs tomorrow for the Rising the Ranks drop. I want to emphasize this. More people are going to be opening than normal because more people are getting into this game. However, it's not going to be an insane amount. There's not going to be an insane amount of people opening packs. However, if you do have a lot of these, Rising the Ranks type players, I would recommend selling them before tomorrow's drop. So, for example, Devin Neal. I love Devin Neal. I bought a couple of Devin Neals for 80,000 coins because his price was so low. I was honestly expecting the market to go down a little bit quicker than it honestly has. But I'm not convinced his price is going to continue to rise. He's a card that come tomorrow, I could see his price starting to go down a little bit because people are going to be opening these Stories of the Week packs, no matter what you guys think they are. Some people, not a ton of people. And so a lot of these cards probably will lose some of the value. Same thing with Rutledge. I like Rutledge. I think he's an absolute beast. And for 49,000 coins, he's worth holding on to. But if you do have any of these Stories of the Week cards specifically, it could be worth your time to go through and sell them. However, for the majority of the auction house, the majority of the market, it is going to rise. If you have any of these cards, do not sell them right now. It is absolutely 100% not worth your time to sell them. And I'm going to say it like this. If you want a Cam Newton, if you want an Alvin Kamara, I would buy them now because they are LTDs and they probably will get more expensive. Especially with Cam Newton. I do not think we're going to see a quarterback better than Cam Newton for a while. I just don't. I think the difference between Cam Newton and any other quarterback on this game is massive. Kamara, I'm not as high on. I haven't bought him, but I even got Diggs right now on my squad. And honestly, I'm content with holding on to him for now because I think he is by far and away the best receiver in the game. But we should start to see a lot of these cards and their prices start to rise again. Another card that I'm looking at possibly picking up is Danny Stutzman. Now, the reason I'm not in any rush is right now he's at his bottom and he's not going to go down anytime, he's not going to go down anytime soon, or up anytime soon, I should say. So I'm not, really worried about it. But I picked up Nick Bosa. I picked up Cam Newton. I picked up Stephon Diggs. So if you're like, Ty, where are your coins at? My coins are in those players because I think those players, number one, are really good. And number two, I don't think they're going down anytime soon. It's the same thing with Cooper DeJean, guys. This is a card, if you want, I would try to get today. However, with Cooper DeJean, I'm a little more hesitant knowing that ultimately, eventually, this card is going to be out. Rod Woodson, if you lock in all the legend players, or not Rod Woodson, Charles Woodson is going to be coming into the game. But I want you to look at something. 94 speed, 94 acceleration, good man, good zone. He's better than Cooper DeJean. But it's not by much because Cooper DeJean is 94 speed, 93 acceleration, 94 man, 91 zone. Cooper DeJean is nearly just as good as Charles Woodson, and there's not going to be that many people locking in for Charles Woodson, and honestly, he's not available for a couple of more weeks. And so this is kind of where I'm at with the market right now. Is we know what overall bump is not going to happen. We know I don't think we're getting any more season 3 cards, and so honestly, if you want to buy cards right now, I think it's a good time to buy these really souped up cards. I just do. That's my personal opinion. You don't have to agree with me. But if you do have a guy like Devin Neal, any of these, stories of the week cards, I'd be a little more careful just because these cards have the potential to end up going down in price. Like they do. I'm not saying that they're for sure going to go down, but they do obviously have that type of potential. If you wanted Darren McFadden, another card today that I would try to pick up because I only think his price is going to rise heading into the new week. And that goes for basically a lot of these cards that I personally do like. You're seeing the auction house get way more and more rare. Like the auction house was popping for a while. It's starting to settle down a little bit, and cards are starting to go back up. The weekend event is winding down. People are not spending as many coins as they once did. And so, yeah, the market is going to start, I don't even want to say to recover because I don't know if that's the right word, but it might start to go up a little bit. So it's just something for you guys to keep an eye on, is where the market ends up being at. Again, I don't know if it's a perfect time to buy, if it's a perfect time to sell. That's hard to tell. But if you want guys, let's say like a Bear Alexander, obviously he'd be like a couple day rental because you're going to want to sell him before Friday. But if you want a lot of these cards, I do think it is a still great time to buy. But from now until at least Thursday, you're probably going to see the market rise a little bit. Like that's my bold, I don't even want to say bold, but that's my prediction. I think the market is going to slowly rise for the next, week or so, maybe even longer. Because again, I just can't see the market staying at these prices. I just can't. The market is so down bad. And to me, it's just not realistic to think that the market is going to stay like this forever. So maybe I'm just wrong on things, and you guys can let me know down below in the comments if you think I am. But I would not right now sell cards in a hurry. If you want to sell cards, that's fine. But I would not sell them thinking, man, I'm scared that I'm going to lose a bunch of coins. Like, sure, with the stories of the week cards, I get if you want to sell those cards. And I'm not against those cards specifically. But for a lot of these other cards, I still am in a buy mindset. Like, that's just me. But, like, here's a prime example. And I don't know if I'm going to do it. But if I wanted Stephon Diggs, I would buy this one for $5.98. I 100% would. Now, I've already got Stephon Diggs. I don't know if that's a good buy at this stage of the game, so I'm not going to. But those are the types of things that I would start to look at. Because, again, I think Diggs and his price is probably going to be pretty high for the next week or so. And so those are the things that I'm looking at. I would be pretty aggressive when it comes down to where we're at in the market right now. Again, I don't want to say be careful, but I would be aggressive more so than anything. Now, you don't want to overspend at the end of the day, but especially with LTDs, these cards and their prices are not going to lose a whole ton of their value. Like these cards are going to stay relatively high in price. So even with a Tim Keenan III, I think with his price, again, at 211, you're not risking a whole ton. So those are the things, if I were you guys, that I would look at. LTDs are a great time to buy them. They're a great time to buy. Like, I've even seen people talk about Toby Gerhart. I don't know what Gerhart's price is right now. We'll take a quick look at it. But remember, this card can always be sold for $175. So if you get an LTD Toby Gerhart for like $200, I'm not recommending you buy him because I don't love Gerhart, but it's just an example. If you get him for $200, the most coins you can lose is 25,000 coins. That's not bad whatsoever. And that goes for all of these LTD type cards. If you can get a Pons, let's say he was 200 or 300,000 coins, the most you're gonna lose is, a couple thousand coins. So that's for me why I'm like not too worried about it. And if I find a Tim Keenan for, let's say like, I don't know, 300,000 coins or 200,000 coins, I'd probably buy it if he was 200,000 instead of 211 because you're not really risking anything at all. And so those are the things that I would be looking at right now. Who are the LTDs? Are they worth getting? What is the margin of losses that you could possibly lose? And is that worth it? Like even a Zachariah Branch or Rondale Moore or, these type of cards. It could just be worth your time to take a look at it and be like, well, the most I could lose is, X amount. He is worth buying. So those are the things that I would be looking at if I were you guys today. Like if Rondale Moore goes below 200,000 coins, I'm buying him because number one, he'll help my squad out. Number two, there's no rush to ever sell him. And number 3, you don't have to worry about his price ever dropping because you can always quick sell him for that amount. So I know I've talked a while for this, but the market is extremely complicated right now. I still think it's a good time to buy instead of sell at the end of the day. I know it's complicated and complex, but if you're wondering, well, Ty, should I buy, should I sell? I still am in a buyer's mindset, especially like, again, if I see a Manti Te'o for like 200,000 coins, I'm not going to, but if I see that, I'd probably buy it because again, you're not really risking anything. Middle linebacker position is just stacked right now, so I'm not, as passionate about that. But this goes for nearly everybody. Jalen Walker's another example. If you can get him, let's say like for 190, I don't like 200, but if you can get him for like 190, I think it's worth it, because again, you're not really risking a whole ton, and it's basically, a 15K rental to help your specific squad out. Now that's if you obviously have a ton of coins. If you don't have a ton of coins, it does get a little more difficult when it comes down to doing what I'm doing. But auction house right now, it's in, I don't even want to say it's in shambles, but it's in a difficult position, right? It's in a super difficult position because there's just so much going on. But I will say this, over the course of the next couple of days, auction house is kind of going to slowly die out because the Black Friday event's going to be over with. These cards are going to be more and more rare. And again, especially with like the Cam Newtons, with the, guys, let's even say like Stephon Diggs, Alvin Kamara. These are cards that are all really good that are going to become really, really rare on this game. So just something to think about. Like I said, if you wanted Diggs, I would have bought this one because again, I'm confident in his price. If you want Cam Newton and find one for, let's say, like a 900 flat, I'd buy him. And again, this is not me giving you guys perfect advice, but it's just the facts. Especially with all these LTDs, I'd be uber aggressive. Even with Thornton, if you find a Thornton for, let's say, less than 500,000 coins, or not less than 500, but like 400,000 coins, I'd buy him. And I have a bunch of investments in Thornton because I think he is the best strong safety in the game. And I don't think we're going to get anything as good as him for the next couple of weeks. So that's where I'm at. That's kind of how I'm approaching things. You guys can let me know your thoughts on things down below in the comments. Where are you guys at? What are you guys doing? But for me, I'm being super aggressive with where we're at in the game. I want to build a good squad. I've got a lot of investments. But an overall bump's not coming. We're not seeing any more Season 3 cards. Like, I think today and right now is a perfect time to build your squad up. From the ground up, go crazy, build your squad up, and use your coins. Use your coins. Be smart. Don't use them on cards that are going to come. Like today, don't buy Devin Neal, knowing his price is probably going to drop a little bit tomorrow. But today is a good day to buy cards at the end of the day. For me, just upgrading my squad slowly. Paul Pozluski, I don't even know how to pronounce his name. Welcome to my starting middle linebacker spot. These are the guys that I'm going to start building my squad on. My squad is going to go good to great. But when I win in champs, it will all be worth it this week. When I go crazy in champs, get to the amount of wins I need to, we're going to really see the squad just get better and better. Just slowly upgrading it. But you're going to notice a big time difference. So that's where I'm at. Let me know your thoughts on where we're at right now in the game. Drop a like on the video, guys. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.